Alright, so let's take a tour of where my office is and where the printers are. So we've got my desk, which is a mess I guess, but got the TV of course, and then we've got all of our Automag and paintball stuff, just random little bits here. Hardware, bodies, all that good stuff. Just a collection of things as I'm working on them. My pneumatics kits are all in those containers. eMag, get a few dims and such on them. We've got my wedge for so essentially like a drop kick. It's actually got the cutout so you can see how it works, and just so I can see where the bolts are lining up. So that's a direct mount CPASA on off, and then the battery pack on this eMag is 3D printed. Instead of 3 pieces, it's 2, and it has capture nuts in it, if you can see. I'll probably do a video on that and how that's made. And so you run into putting the capture nuts in, printing over the top of it, and then threading the metal bolts through like a normal metal pack, but only through one piece, because you can see there's no seam right here. And then it goes into the printed top, which has the capture nuts. A few random things. eMag frame, just gotta clean it up, put the internals in it, check it out. Sorry if you guys can hear the printer running in the background, I'm not sure if you can. So right now I have a die dam stock, and then I have a blank that goes in there, so I can make a rear mount for any Automag currently. That's usually the platform that I'm designing for. So an Airgun Designs Automag, so you can make it so that you mount it off the back end, and you can use a die dam stock just in case you have a die dam. And there's the computer. Not the most powerful. If you guys want to know my specs, let me know, throw me a comment. It's not really that great. Bookshelf, nothing special, just books, info, all that stuff. And then random stuff on the floor, because I always kick into it so that I'm like, oh, maybe that's something I need as I'm walking into here. So here's my Pelican case where I keep all my paintball guns and such. Got foam, which I apparently think I'm going to do something with someday. And then it's just a closet space for extra stuff. I have my die bag there. It's the 2-piece where you have the top and the bottom that click together. It's a rolling bag. One of my most favorite bags. I think it's the Explorer. It's a great bag. And then of course, just in case I get bored, I got the couch, PS4 box, which PS4 is right there. Have yet to play it. And then we've got this guy here. That's the first printed Z. Came out great. Works well. Still haven't put a trigger in. Thing fires. I fired it. It works great. And so here's the closet. So I took this wall out because it's directly on the other side is this closet. So if you turn, you've got the door that you'd walk in from the outside to come into this closet. Now it's just part of the office. There's the Stacker S2. Runs PLA currently, or PLA PHA from ColorFab. It's phenomenal. There's the what's going to be update 3 or update 4 for the die style warpless loader. So it'll be a warpless die style rotor loader. So I'll be designing a shell for that, and it'll take rotor internals, and you'll be able to feed out the top. Anybody who knows what a warpless setup is kind of knows what's going on. If you have questions, just let me know. Random desk for tools, soldering, anything I need, fitment, cutting, whatever. Prusa i3 Mark III, super quiet printer. I'll throw up a video someday of it working. It's insane. You can hear the fans humming on the stacker. It's a beast, so it's pretty loud, but it's the workhorse right now. The unique thing about this printer is it has the two heads if I want to. Here, I just run one because I don't need the second one. But if I ever wanted to, I can run the second head here, and I can set a copy mode, and it will print both at the same time on both heads. So that's pretty unique. Got my dry boxes for my filament, random stuff for parts that have been printed in the past, and then this is my E3D big box. So it used to be my workhorse before the stacker. It went down. I did a rebuild. This thing works flawlessly. It's currently printing carbon fiber material from Protopasta. It prints beautifully. If you've seen my 3D printed Z-grip frame, that's what that's made out of. The black one. The one that you just saw on the couch was from the PLA PHA, which is really strong, but it's just not as stiff as the carbon fiber. And so that rolls out and it does really, really well. These two printers, the E3D Big Box and the Prusa i3 Mark III, are both direct drive, which means that the drive to print the filament or force the filament out is on top of the hot end, and it forces it out through the bottom right there. The stacker is set up where it's a Bowden system, so I've got the spool here, it goes up through the bottom. This is the motor forcing it all the way through a PTF tube inside this gray tube into the top of the extruder. And if you look, the setup is a little bit different. This is more industrial grade, rigid, super strong. It's got casters on it, rolls around. So it's got a fairly different setup, but everything's all similar. And then you move into the shelves. There's all of the different materials. I have flexible, I've got wood fill, I've got brass fill, I've got bamboo fill even apparently, I've got carbon fiber fill, I've got glow in the dark, I've got clear, which obviously since it's being printed in layers, it will have some translucency to it, but not like clear like a plastic bag. And then more filament here. This is all PLA PHA, which is nice soft material, easy to work with. Engine Flex. This is all color fab, by the way, so I'm kind of one-sided on what I work with right now. It's what works, so I use it. Wipe the beds down every print, just a good train with 90% or higher isopropyl alcohol. And then I've got my good gear oil for some stuff. I've got degreaser, acetone, desiccant that I put in my dry boxes for my filament. They usually either hang or they sit on top of the desiccant containers, not in the desiccants, so there's not dust that's getting kicked onto the filament, potentially jamming the nozzles as you print. Got a few air tanks. Most of them are probably out of hydro, but it doesn't matter because I'm not usually filling these. And if I do, I fill them on my shoebox compressor, which I can shoot a video up if you guys want to see something like that. But this is the main office where everything's getting done. If I have to do any fabrication on metal, carbon fiber rods, or anything like that, I switch this around. I will go out into the garage. I've got a real small, setup out there. It's nothing special. I don't have a mill yet or anything like that, or a lathe. So yeah, that's the setup. If you got any questions, just let me know. Any questions about printing? I've been doing it for a while. I'm no expert, but I know my way around my own equipment and can answer a lot of basic questions, and can work my way around getting you answers for maybe some more advanced questions, or lead you to another channel or somebody who actually is developing software or has developed software or has a profession in the questions that you're asking. So that way I can get you in the right spot. But yeah, just like the other videos, if you like them, smash that like button. If you want to hit the bell to get notifications when I'm doing stuff, go for it. And leave a comment if you like. And subscribe, because eventually that'll help, and that'd be really cool. Alright, thanks.